All right, we're back with Sam. So we have electroscopes made, Sam. This is a paper clip and it's a conductor, of course, a lid, which is not a conductor, an insulator, and then two little foils suspended here that can't touch each other, but can obviously conduct electrons between them via the paper clip. We have some balloons so we can build up some negative charge, because when you rub a balloon on your head, you're getting a negative charge, right? Okay. So, here's what I want you guys to do. Rub your balloon on your head, get a negative charge, and then bring it near your electroscope, but don't touch...
Just one balloon or both?
One is fine. But don't touch your electroscope with the balloon. Just bring it near the top hook of the electroscope.
Both of them?
Just one balloon is fine. And watch your foils.
They're moving. But I can't tell if they're apart.
Yeah, your foils...
Oh, yeah.
Hold on.
I was just doing it.
You kind of want them to, like...
We should probably move this
Okay.
up a little bit so I don't have to deal with...
Oops.
Oh.
You want them to kind of be close to each other while not. Did you get your foils to move?
Yeah, hold on. I'll just...
Alright, so what is happening when you bring your negatively charged balloon near your electroscope? Why are the foils repelling?
Well, there's induction.
Because there's induction.
Well, where are the electrons going?
They're going into the paper clip and then down into the foils.
Are any new electrons getting to the paper clip?
No, they're
No.
just pushing them down.
Okay, so all the electrons that were in the paper clip up here in the top want to get away from the extra electrons in the balloon. So they're going to go from the top of the paper clip down as far in the foils as they can. So what kind of charge are the foils having?
Negative.
Yep, both foils will become negatively charged when the electrons in the paper clip run away from the negative balloon.
So but it's induction, so wouldn't they become positive because it's not touching?
No, it's...
Or is our balloon
It's
positive?
just pushing them down. Away
Your balloon is negative.
Okay.
It's just
so-
pushing them down.
This isn't really even imparting a
that
real
makes sense.
charge. It's just moving the charge around.
Does that mean that the electrons are moving out of their
gosh.
atoms, or...?
Yeah. Electrons can go anywhere they want. They can go over to the Navy base and back before we finish this.
Orbitals and stuff like that. Like
Just the
they're
valence
moving-
electrons can
they're
move.
moving orbitals.
Just the valence electrons. But they're all just running away from the balloon, hanging out down here. So they're making both of these negative, so the negative guys are going to repel. You probably want this guy to have a little more... Well, no, it moves pretty freely.
So if they can go all the way to the base and back, why can't they just jump the gap when we forget to plug the toaster in?
Because they don't necessarily, they just can. Electrons can pretty much do anything, except be between their orbitals when they're not flowing. We don't know anything about electrons is the basic point. They just can do anything or nothing. So you can see the foils are moving because the electrons are going from here, they're moving down into here, and then they're repelling the two foils apart. So when you take away your balloon, the electrons redistribute themselves and nothing has changed. Wow. Okay, so, all right, now listen. So, did we impart a net charge on our, what is this thing called?
She was like, oh, wow.
Electroscope. Did we change the charge of the electroscope?
No, you didn't.
No. Okay, all the electrons that were in the electroscope were still there. They just moved to get away from the negatively charged balloon. Okay? So stop and listen. Okay? So when you take away your balloon, the electroscope goes back to normal, right? So how about...
Totally failed. It doesn't do anything.
Do your foils not move freely? Oh. Yeah, they're not like swinging in the breeze enough. They just kind of need a little
got
bit
it.
of holes.
Chuck Norris is made entirely out of electrons. That's what we can do.
Chuck Norris.
Okay, so here's the thing you want to do next. Charge up your balloon and touch just the top hook of your electroscope with the balloon, and then remove the balloon and see what your foils do.
Time to charge it up.
So touch it, move it away, and see what happens. So, yeah, it did.
Well, they...
It just
It's-
moved because we pushed it.
Alright, you're good, you're good.
No, he's not. Do a little bit more.
All right, Matt, watch your electroscope a minute. All right, so watch where they are. Then when she touches it, They're gonna move, hopefully, apart.
Oh, okay.
Now she removes it, but they stay apart. Do you see that?
But, yeah.
Well, I think it's
Okay.
kind of like because the way these are.
Don't touch it. Oh, you touched it. All right, charge it up again, and then I'm gonna touch it, and you'll see it go back down.
Here, can I move it back in?
Uh-huh. Go back, go back.
Okay, I'm gonna touch it.
Yes, touch it. Okay, so what's happening electron-wise?
Nothing.
Yeah, nothing, which it should be. Let's let Christina do it.
Maybe my hair's more frizzy.
You just have more hair.
Electrons on my hair.
Oh, but they come from your chair and your floor and everywhere.
Look at
You'll
her
get
teeth.
more ones.
Sis.
Okay, so she's charged it up. Now watch the foils when I touch it.
Cool. That was really cool.
Did you see they kind of move back together?
Sort of. Maybe if we angle this thing up.
All right, so you're gonna charge it up and touch it and see them move apart.
Alright, time to charge it up.
Poor Nick.
No, he just did mine the second time.
Yeah, you've done mine how many times?
I know his hair looks perfectly normal.
With 2 balloons.
Okay, so he touches it, he removes it. Now, let's let the table stop moving, and then Josh, touch the top of the electroscope and watch the foils. Nothing. We got nothing. That's ridiculous. Try again. So the goal here is you transfer lots of electrons from the balloon. They want to get away from the balloon and away from each other, so they'll move into this, right? Then they'll spread out. Both of these will become negative, so they'll repel each other. Then when you remove that balloon, they can't go anywhere. They're stuck. Touch it. You didn't actually touch
Oh.
it with the balloon.
Now I touch it with my finger.
When it stops moving.
No, with your nose.
Yeah, I'm having trouble seeing it. Maybe your foils are too massive and they just
Maybe I need
won't
to take
repel as
this.
easily. Let me see mine. Stealing a balloon.
Like if you
Stealing
got
a
enough
balloon.
static
Look at
electricity.
mine, this balloon that it could like light this.
You know, it's hard to do stuff with static electricity. It's hard to. Oh,
Like
Whoa.
if you shock yourself in a room at night, you can see
I
the
can't.
spark. Christina,
sorry. Thank you.
What?
I was just
yours?
thinking, yeah, thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna try to film it for Sam here. So
Nice.
well, I can't touch mine. Hold on.
Thin, that's why it's always on for magic.
It's too big.
Man.
Oh my gosh, it's stuck in. Oh, quick roll on. See that? Yeah.
Ours is even bigger.
You say?
From this experiment, I learned that. Fools
It's really hard to stop touching stuff. All right. I'm actually going